Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It is your boy Long Beach Joe, and we are back at it again. We're here live after doing a live game reaction here. Salutes to all the Savages and everybody that joined me to watch the New York Jets play the Carolina Panthers in Carolina. This was a tough game. It truly, truly was, and we're going to get into all of it. Again, you can call in now. The lines are open, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639. Call in. We are taking all callers. Cannot wait to discuss everything that is going on with the New York Jets. But listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. Your boy's on iTunes as well. All right? What's going on? I'm on iTunes. I got a lot of people listening to the show. Please subscribe. Join the gang of the cool kids. We have a lot of fun over there. We talk Jets. You can listen to the show. You know, so please subscribe if you check out the show on iTunes, Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes. Subscribe. Also, leave me some feedback. Leave me some ratings, 5-star ratings. I got a lot of people that do that as well. Please continue. It's always great to hear feedback from everyone that listens to the show and everyone that, enjoys what I do. I'm also on Twitter as well, YoungJ000. Please follow me on Twitter. Please follow me across all of my social media platforms. Blog Talk Radio as well, Long Beach Joe Show. YouTube, Long Beach Joe Jets. I live stream while I do my live radio show. So, we have a lot of fun. So if you're on YouTube and you want to check out the show as well, it's Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Come over, subscribe, give the show a like, check it out. And hit that notification bell so when I go live and we do radio shows or when I go live and we do a live game reaction, hey, you can be there. We can talk. Now it's time to talk about this New York Jets loss. New York Jets lose to the Carolina Panthers 14-19. 14-19, and let me tell you, it was a struggle. New York Jets started out. There were some issues starting in the first half up front, and I'm telling you, offensively, there was mad issues with the pressure. Oh, goodness gracious. Brian Burns had a day. He was hassling Zach Wilson left and right. Zach was often under pressure, taking shots, big-time issues. And the Jets offense struggled because of it. There was big-time issues making sure that Zach was protected. He took shots. He took hits, lots of sacks, lots of rush throws, all that stuff. The offensive line had their hands full with the Carolina Panthers pass rush. And like I said, Brian Burns was the guy that led that. Big-time issues. Zach Wilson actually threw an interception in this game. He struggled trying to get away from things, but he did make some solid throws too. Took some shots as well. There were some issues there. But I think overall, Zach Wilson showed that, hey, he's got some toughness in him, and he's a guy that's going to be able to make some plays. He really did. Finished the game with 258, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So there was some bright spots in Zach Wilson, and we'll cover that throughout the rest of the show, but he looked all right to me. He struggled a bit early. There were some throws. There was some frustration. You could see that he was flustered, but I thought that was mainly because of a lack of protection. There were some issues. So I think going forward, the New York Jets are going to be able to clean those things up, and we'll see even better production. Then you look at the situation with our running game. Oh, boy. Our running game today, we tried to lean on it. It worked a little bit early. But, again, with Carolina playing so stout up front, man, it was tough. I think Coleman was our leading rusher with 24 yards, 9 carries. Ty Johnson looked decent out there. Michael Carter had his spots as well. But with a player that stood out, and we talked about him all game, player that stood out for the New York Jets offensively, Corey Davis. I got a saying, man, if you have issues, if you have a problem, you just call Corey Davis, all right? Just give him a call, man. You just give Corey Davis a call. Anything that you want done. You got problems with your plumbing, call Corey Davis. Need a pizza? Call Corey Davis. Corey Davis was the guy that Zach Wilson was looking for constantly when things would break down. constantly. And Corey Davis will come up. 5 catches, 97 yards, 2 touchdowns. Things got pulled together. Corey Davis was out there doing his thing. Braxton Berrios also got into the game as well. Elijah Moore had some drops in this game, big questions. We'll see what happens going forward. He's got to clean that stuff up. He had a big drop deep. He also had a drop coming across when Zach Wilson was trying to find him. So Elijah's got to clean that up a bit. But Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios, those guys were able to definitely go out there and make some plays. But a guy that has a big question mark surrounding him right now, and we're going to talk about him all game, Denzel Mims. What about his usage? 1 catch, 40 yards? We didn't see him until, the fourth? What's going on? Big questions surrounding that. We're going to be talking about that as well. Another question, defensively. The New York Jets had issues, man. We couldn't lay a finger on Sam Darnold. We only got 1 sack on him. That was it. Sam was so comfortable back there throwing the football, it was ridiculous. He had 30 years at one point to just check it out. There wasn't enough pass rush until the second half when the Jets tried to dial up the heat, and even then he was able to find guys. We got to clean that up going forward too. We saw guys getting cooked on the back end in coverage. Red Wine, safety, he was getting roasted. There was big-time issues, big-time issues. We've got to clean those things up going forward. And, again, this is a young team. I get it. But you can't step out there and play like that. You can't. Because even with those issues, we were still around in the game. We were still there. It was 16-0 for a while. We were still in the game, but we could not take advantage because we could not properly protect our quarterback, which led to issues offensively. Sam Darnold stepped out there. He did his thing, man. I'm not going to disrespect him. 279 yards, a touchdown. Dude, we had so many issues trying to figure out how to stop Christian McCaffrey. It was ridiculous. 98 yards rushing, 89 yards receiving. He was all over the place. My goodness. That was the guy that scorched us the most. DJ Moore had himself a day as well. 6 catches, 80 yards. Robbie Anderson with a catch and a touchdown, big-time bomb. We had some issues. But this Jets team, there's something there. We've just got to clean things up. We cannot go into this next game coming up and play the way we did here. This offensive line has got to be better. And going back to the offensive line, we got a big loss here. Becton goes down with a knee injury during the game. I'm hoping for the best, but I'll tell you this. They brought the cart out, and when they put him on the cart, he covered his face with a towel, and he was crying. When he went down on the field, everybody got on their knees and started to pray. I'm hoping it's not what a lot of people are suspecting it is. I'm hoping it's not. But, man, that would be a major loss. The New York Jets fought hard, but we must clean up the mistakes, and we must clean things up schematically as well. The play calling at times, there was some play calling in this game that was a bit suspect. There was a lot of flags, too, as well. That was another thing that hit us as well, the flags. Jeez Louise, offensively, holding, false starts, illegal formations, legal motions, all kinds of stuff. We've got to clean that stuff up going forward. Some of that is on the coaching. All in all, we saw what, a lot of us thought we were going to see. A young team trying to find its way, struggling with things. So we'll continue to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639. Call in. We are taking all callers. I know I got a lot of new callers, a lot of new listeners. So if you are listening and you're going to call in, listen, I can't wait to talk to you. We take all calls. Don't call in and hang up. Call in and hang up. I see you. We'll get to you. Do not curse when you come on my show. I'll get you out of here fast. Fast as we got Adam Gates. So glad we got him out of here. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. For those of you that are watching, please subscribe if you have not subscribed. Also hit that notification bell, and please share the stream, too, to all your friends and family. If you'd like to donate to the stream, the Super Chat is there. If you don't want to hit the Super Chat, but you want to hit the Cash App, please do as well. There's a lot of questions to ask. This Jets pass rush is very suspect today. Offensive line looks suspect. We're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639. Call in. Lines are hot. We're going to get to everybody. This is fresh after the game. This is a recap. So, first, I'm going to 910. I'm coming directly to you. 910 salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts on this game against the Carolina Panthers. How do you feel about the Jets' performance?
Hey, man, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on? Give me your name, where you're from.
My name Lonnie Williams, man. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, bro.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Salute you, Lottie. You was in the chat, so we was talking, going back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Give me your thoughts about this game, man.
Hey, man, I think it was, to be fair on both sides, bro, I think the Jets, they got something. They just need to give Corey Davis at least, if they can't get him 2 pieces, they need to at least get him 1. And then y'all going to be lethal. Y'all going to be real ready in the wide receiver core. Because Corey Davis is something. Corey Davis is like a seed. You know what I mean? He going to sprout. You know what I mean? And on the Carolina side, I feel like we could have did better, but I feel like Sam Donald proved what the fuck he needed to prove to y'all.
What
you know what I mean?
We're a family show now.
Oh, yeah.
Watch the cursing. Watch the cursing. Family show.
Yeah,
okay, I'm please no more cursing.
Yeah,
all right?
I heard you.
But look,
listen.
I hear what you're saying. I look at the situation like this. To me, on the Jet side, I look at the situation and I say, hey, y'all pass rush was ferocious today. It truly was, right? Brian Burns was the guy that was getting after it, and we had big-time issues protecting. I thought we would account for him much more than we did, but I'm telling you, guys got after it. So that made it so tough for us, and that's why I think it was kind of a tough showing for the Jets wide receiver, for our Jets wide receiver core, because we couldn't get the ball out.
Definitely. Boy, hey, I ain't gonna lie, the Jets can be something serious if they just get something right. I ain't gonna lie now, because I know Carolina is something serious. So I know if the Jets can do 14-19, boy, y'all can be something serious. All the coaches got to do is just put something together. If the coaches ain't right, the team ain't gonna be right.
Yeah. Now I want to go to. I want to hold on one second, Lonnie. I want to go to the offensive side of the ball with y'all, man, because one thing that we saw our defense struggling to do, bro, is we couldn't stop CMC, bro. We could not stop Christian McCaffrey. And I just want to know, because you're a Panthers fan, is there anyone in the league that can stop this man? Is there? I mean, do y'all just go to him all day, every day? Is it just the Christian McCaffrey show over there? Just give me that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I YouTubed NFL players talking about Christian McCaffrey today, and they were just like, he can do everything. There's no way you can stop him. All you can do is try to maintain him. So, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, I call him white chocolate. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, because he can do some things, boy.
Yeah.
That boy, like, he can do something.
He absolutely can. Listen, Lonnie, I want to thank you for calling in, man. I know you're a Panthers fan. You wanted to get on and talk about it. We got to get back to the lines. The lines are hot.
I was going to get in with you, though, but I do want to say, y'all Jets, y'all got something. Y'all got to do is just get in contact with that coach and say, hey, move some pieces around. That's all. Because y'all, hey, boy, y'all compete. Y'all, boy. Y'all compete. Listen. I ain't gonna lie. I give y'all props. Y'all young, just like we young. But the whole thing is y'all got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
And if he can do that, just give him about 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
you feel me?
There's a lot of Jets fans that are on his back, Lonnie, but listen, I want Absolutely. I want to thank you for calling in, man. I got to get to these lines. I want you to have a good night, all right?
Oh, no doubt, man. I've enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the show, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have a good one. Listen, Lonnie calling in, and I know I got a lot of Carolina Panthers fans on the line. They want to talk. We're going to get to everybody again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number to the show. You can call in. We are taking live callers. This is directly after the game. And like Lonnie said, you got to get with the coaching staff. There's a lot of questions, man. There were some moves made in this game that are questionable. The usage of Denzel Mims, or the lack of usage of Denzel Mims, is a big-time head-scratcher to me. I don't know what was going on. The entire game, we're sitting here asking ourselves, hey, where's Denzel Mims? We know that we're missing Crowder already. He's dealing with a situation, right? He's on that list. We all know what that list is. Why are we not seeing Mims out there? We see Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore had some issues with some drops. We're going to cover that as well, because if Elijah Moore had made one of those catches, could have been a different score. But why did we not see Mims into the fourth quarter? That's a big-time question mark, man. Big-time question mark. So we're going to keep going to these lines again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, I'm going to my guy, Shaq, man. Shaq, salute to you. I want to thank you for calling in, bro. Shaq, you watched this game. I watched this game.
You laughing because you know. That's why you laughing, because you know I'm coming with some fire. But I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you answer. Send me some questions.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to listen. I don't want to dwell on old news. I don't want to dwell on him. He's old news.
Listen,
he was trash.
Listen, Shaq. I already know where you're going,
go ahead.
And we're gonna get to it. 423. We're coming directly to you after. Don't just chill. Everybody relax. But Shaq is on the line right now. We're talking to Shaq. Listen, Shaq. When you look at this football game, right? Let's start with the defense. What were your thoughts about the lack of pressure on Sam Darnold? How did you feel about that?
I knew it was going to happen because, we lost Carl Lawson. So I'm like, we didn't trade for anybody. I heard Chandler Jones had a good game today. He was one of the guys that I wanted. I'm like, let's, just send them something, and then we could keep Chandler Jones and then have Carl Lawson next year, and they could start something special. So I knew the pass rush was going to be bad. I just didn't think the Panthers O-line is decent, but I didn't think they were going to do as good as they did today. And then it helps even more because they had Christian McCaffrey. He can kill you all types of ways. He can kill you all types of ways. So that made it easier for Sam, to find him. He never had that in his career. So, you got somebody like that, you take advantage. And then you got, DJ Moore on the outside, and then Robbie Anderson. Things going to happen. If your pass rush ain't getting there, things are going to happen for him. A lot of things going to open up, and then it's going to be harder, to scheme against. And I think we just started off slow. And this is why Robert Saleh was one of the top defensive teams last year, because he knows how to adjust. So he adjusted, but it was just too late. That's all, and we just found the rhythm late.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with you. The defense, especially in the first half, wasn't able to get after anybody, man. And then in the second half, I think they kind of turned up the pressure as far as the blitzes. They started to sting guys, and it did make Sam a little uncomfortable, but just not enough. He was still able to find guys. Especially, remember that swing where we got stopped on a 4th and 1, and then they came right back out and threw a bomb to Robbie, and he hit for it. It was just like, man. This is
momentum swing.
This kind of stuff is just going to continue. There was big-time issues. We also had issues in coverage as well, as we saw. Red Wine, he was getting cooked. We saw DJ Moore be able to go out there and make plays as well, kind of running around through the secondary. So there were some issues there. And, again, that comes from youth, like you said. We have a very young football team and a very young secondary. A lot of guys that are really trying to get their footing on them, get their footing under them, in this NFL season. And these are the things that we're going to have happen. Now, I want to go to the defensive side of the ball with you or I want to stay with the defensive side of the ball with you. Because I understand, we couldn't get the pass rush up front, all these things, but what about some of these linemen that we talked about? What were your thoughts about John Franklin Myers and Bryce Huff and even guys like Quentin Williams? We didn't hear enough about any of these guys. How do you feel about that situation? Because those are the guys, right? We talked. You heard the last show. I know you did. You was right. And
yes,
we talked about those guys, and it wasn't enough. Like, it just was not enough. What were your feelings about that? We only got one sack on Sam. Even when we turned up the pressure, it was just one sack.
Our Jets fan base is just, we hype up and pump up every player we get. Quentin Williams, we hear, this guy, this guy next Aaron Donald or something, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, he's good, but he is not that game wrecker. He's not that. He's not that. Whether we like it or not, or whether we want to hear it or not, he's not. He's good, but he's not that game wrecker. But John Franklin Myers, he's more of a finesse guy at the D tackle position, and then we have played him. He's the finesse guy because we play him at end as well. So I don't know. We got all of these D tackles, man, and Christian McCaffrey ran amok on us. Sam had a field day, and you would have thought, because the Panthers O line is in terms of the interior is not that great. So there should be no reason why that it should be no reason that Sam had that much time. He should be getting pushed out of the pocket most of the time. He didn't get pushed out of the pocket. He stayed in the pocket the whole time. And he ate, took what the defense was giving him, and like I said, he better be praying. He better be praying to God that he went to Carolina and he got a game changer like Christian McCaffrey. And I knew it. I said Sam is really the X factor. I said if he play well, we're gonna lose. I thought we were gonna get dominated, but I knew we were gonna lose. But Christian McCaffrey, mismatch nightmare everywhere. Nobody can guard him. Nobody.
Nope.
No linebacker anyway. In terms, linebacker safety struggle on him. So it's like, why not keying on him? And then guess what? Robbie would have killed this as well because we have no DB on that other side. And DJ Moore was still eating. So I mean, for us to lose by 6 says a lot. And then you said something earlier. Well, go ahead. I know you probably have a question about the offense.
No, listen, we're going to go to the offensive side because, like you said, I mean, you spoke about it. CMC had a day. There were so many times where Sam, we could have got to him. He was kind of under duress. There was a guy right around, and Sam would let me just find CMC. And he would chuck him the ball from the check down, and CMC would make some plays. He really would. It was every time. They'd hand the ball off to him after about 3 catches. He'd get about 8 yards on the rush at first down. Then they do something else. Wow. And, next thing you know, CMC again. It's like, wow, we really cannot stop this guy. Which, of course,
why were we not? It's like, why were we not? I don't know. Why eyes were not on him? I don't. Why eyes were not on him? I don't understand.
But that's the question, defensively. But again, we have so many young players. We have so many guys out here trying to find things. And again, they have so many different weapons. We talked about our secondary being an issue. But you got Robbie, we saw it, lightning in a bottle, quick 6 every time. If you do not account for him, that's 6. Then you had DJ Moore doing work. We didn't even discuss the tight end. Arnold, he was making plays. He made some plays to continue to move the chains. Marshall made some plays as well. So it's like, even when our linebacker Sherwood had an injury, we had guys coming in. There was some issues there, man. Even covering CMC with some of the I've seen him make some of the best linebackers in the league look like fools. I've seen CMC make good cover safeties look like they shouldn't even be in the NFL. Seriously. And this is what I told people coming into this game. Is that we needed to seriously focus on. Remember, I know you heard it. Oh, no, Joe. Everything's good, Joe. Everything. All right, Joe. We got CMC, Joe. You just got to work. Okay. And he's coming at you full speed with a head full of steam, and he's ready to do business. He's ready to prove people wrong.
The reason why he got paid the big bucks.
Exactly. Now, to flip it, Shaq, because let me tell you something. We talked about the defense not getting pressure, our defense not getting pressure. Their defense was getting pressure constantly. Okay? I want you to give me your thoughts on this offensive line performance. Whoa! You know, and now we lose Becton to, we'll see what happens with that again. This is directly after the game. We know he has a knee injury. We just don't know exactly the extent of it, right? But give me your thoughts about this Jets offensive line performance, and give me your thoughts about the Becton injury.
Well, okay. What bothered me was, why is George Fenn on the field? Why?
Oh, man.
Why did we – I don't even know why we kept Greg Van Roten. I don't know why. Why? That right side is just – we could block better than that, Joe. Me and you.
Yeah.
You right tackle or you right guard, whatever you want to do. We you know, we knew that was an issue. Everybody said that right side was an issue. That's why we were excited to get Morgan Moses. That's why we were excited. Mm-hmm. And I remember I wrote that to you in the comment. I said, why, in the comment section, I'm like, why is Morgan Moses even starting? Like, is he even playing? Like, why is he not playing? I feel like he fits the system more than George Fent does. Because, you know, usually your right side is usually your strong side. You know, that's where you run at. We can't run on that side. That's why we didn't have any rushing yards today. Because we can't run on the strong side. Because it's so soft over there. We can't run over there. And then the left side, we try to run over there. We did pretty well within left side in the middle. You know, we got some yards, but we need the whole O-line to function in the run. Every play I just seen George Fent is getting pushed back. And don't get me wrong. We can't forget the defense, that defense in Carolina, there's some dogs over there. They got some dogs over there. That D tackle, Brian Burns, Gross, and Daquan Jones. You talked about him in your, you know, you talked about him.
Yeah.
Like, they got some dogs up there. But come on, show some fight. You know our philosophy is to try to run first. Let's try to show dominance. So why put George Fenn in? Have him as a swing. Have him as the swing tackle. That's what he was supposedly used for in Seattle, and that's what he was best at, as a swing tackle, not a starting tackle. And Mekhi, I love him, but it's like, you know, he's there. We're still getting pressured. So it's like, you know.
He actually gave up a sack. He gave up a sack. You know, like,
he's not perfect. He's still good, but he's not perfect. Yeah. You know, we seen the other guy over there in Dallas, the other draft pick we probably could have got. What he did on Thursday. He dominated out there. I'm not saying I'm not gonna go backwards. I know it's stupid to draft a receiver before a lineman, but Mekhi is not in. He's never on the field. He's not on the field. You have to be available to be great. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, look,
am I wrong?
And again, Shaq, listen, I hear what you're saying. There's been questions about, you know, his availability since last season. He would get nicked up, but I'm hoping that this knee injury is not as bad as some Jets fans are thinking. I'm really hoping it's not, because if we lose him for the season, it's going to be a big loss. It really is. He's the best offensive lineman that we have.
Oh, my God, don't say that.
Don't say that. And it ain't even close. I'm knocking on every single piece of wood I got. I'm hoping that he's good. Now, my final question for you, Shaq, before I let you go, all right? You talked about, you know, guys being out there, guys, you know, going out there playing on the field. One guy that we rarely saw was Denzel Mims. One catch, 40 yards. Didn't see him do anything until like the fourth quarter. Now, this was a guy that was touted as supposedly going to have a breakout season, right? Now, this kind of leads back to coaching. What were your thoughts about his usage within this offense? How do you feel about his situation?
I feel like for him, it's really coaching. That's how I feel. You know, I think it's coaching. You know, because he has the talent. You know, he has that talent. He can't do what Corey Davis can do in terms of, you know, getting open in that West Coast system. You know, he's more of that vertical guy. He's more of that Robbie Anderson. That's why usually sometimes Robbie disappeared in games when we, just in general, he disappeared in games because he's really just that deep threat. Not saying Denzel can't do it, but I think he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle because I still believe in my heart his low side, like he can really be down, but when he's good, like when he's up, he can be good. He make the plays that he made today, with that one play, So it's like he's more of an up and down guy for me. And I knew coming in the season, I said Denzel Mims is not going to fit this system. I said that. And guess what? Early in preseason or early in camp, he got dropped to what? The third receiver. And then now he's only in the game because it's injuries. So it's not really his fault. I don't think. Anyway.
Yeah, and that's a big question for me because if this guy is not going to be utilized correctly, that blows a big hole in that draft class because he was the big second-round pick, right? Here's the deal: is that if this offensive staff is supposed to be innovative and it's supposed to be a staff that can put things together, if you are innovative, you'll be able to utilize a player's talents and fit him into your scheme no matter what. Yep. Right? If he's a vertical guy, guess what? We walked into this game without Jamison Crowder. That's a big slot. Like, he's our slot receiver. You can key him in for 2, 3, 4 catches a game where he's going to be able to beat a guy, keep the chains moving, all that stuff. So with that gone, how do you not utilize Denzel Mims and his talent? Again, the first thing we saw from him was a catch for 40 yards, and it looked like he was going to be able to keep going. He's a guy that has an unbelievable catching radius. He's a pretty sure, set of hands. He can move. He's athletic. Yeah, he can run routes decently, fit this guy into his scheme. We already got big question marks because he was one of the bigger pieces. He's supposed to have a breakout season. What are we doing? Why are we not utilizing him? Offensive minds find ways to utilize talent no matter what the talent is. We see it with the Chiefs. We see it with the Ravens. We see it with the Saints. Yeah. We see it with the Patriots. We see it with all these teams that are constantly competing. They utilize talent no matter what type of talent it is to its maximum potential.
Yeah.
So how
You're not wrong.
That we all touted about, right, that everybody was telling me was going to have a breakout season, Denzel Mims, over 1,000 yards, going to have some catches. Zach Wilson's going to be able to find him one catch in the Jets opening game for 40 yards? And we don't see him until, the fourth quarter? I just got some questions. That's all I'm saying. I just got some questions, Shaq. That's all I'm saying.
And another question.
I'll let you finish. I'll let you have the last word. Go ahead. Wow.
What happened to that guy that everybody said was so great? They showed that one great catch. He beat one of our bum DBs, that guy, Elijah Moore, that guy.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Don't get me wrong. He's a good player.
Here we go.
But
here we go.
People were bigging him up to be Odell Beckham. To be, I forgot the comparisons. These comparisons were off the wall. I said, what? I said, to be honest, I still take Jameson over him. I'm just being honest. honest. The only problem I had with Jameson was his contract. That was the only problem I had with Jameson. They was talking about getting rid of him for him, and he dropped 2 balls today that could have gave us big momentum. And I got another thing for Corey Davis. The problem I had with him, because I remember I talked about him too. I said he was a decent to good player, but what made him for me that made him didn't shy away from him was his yards after the catch. Now early in the game, he had caught the ball. He could have got at least 10 to 20 yards. I understand Jeremy Chin was on his backside, but why are you covering up? There's nobody else around you. Fight for those yards. Go get those yards. Go get them. He possibly could have scored, and it could have changed the game. He could have changed the game. And then when he's caught another pass when Zach Wilson got hit on that, oh, my God, that made me so mad, Joe. Oh, my God, you should have heard my language. I wish you could have heard my language. If we wasn't on the phone, I would have told you my language. I would have showed you my language. 2 defensive tackles fell on this man, and he was hurt. He felt it. That made me mad. But that's another subject for another day. But the pass when he threw, the catch that he had running, I'm like, you got to run for that. You got to try to get more yards out of that. You probably could have scored. But he just, he He just lollygagged out of bounds. Yeah. But, hey, he played good today. He was our only hope on offense today, and Zach Wilson balled out today too. He balled out today too. Whether we lost or not, he balled out today too. And I still felt like we should have built the team, traded back, get some picks. Because the guy that we got rid of, he won today, whether we like it or not. Sam Darnold, baby. Sam Darnold, baby. We going to be, what is it? I'm going to be the troll under the bridge with my Sam Darnold jersey on. He won today, and he didn't play bad. All you Jets fans, I'm happy for that one. That one I was happy for. I was happy for that one. I'm mad we lost, but I was happy for that one.
All right, Shaq. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in, man. Well, we got a lot of takes. We're going to keep this rolling. I got to get back to these lines. They are hot. Salute to you. Thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, Shaq, I want to hear from you, bro. I love talking Jets with you, man.
Yes, sir, man. The same.
All right.
Joe, be safe, my brother.
All right. You have a good one. Listen, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639. Call in. The lines are hot. We're going to get to everybody. Look, this is a tough loss. The Jets were able to get back into the game a little bit later in the game. That first half really was jacked up, but we were able to continue, fighting, got back into it, but it just wasn't enough. We couldn't overcome the issues that we had, But this Denzel Mims usage, this is going to be a question mark. I just don't understand it. Even those that are saying, yeah, our protection was bad, yeah, it was bad, but even with our protection being bad, wouldn't that have been more of a reason to put Denzel Mims in there because he can get open fast? We struggled, or we saw everybody except for Corey Davis was struggling getting separation early in the game especially. So why wouldn't you put Denzel Mims in there, give him a quick screen, give him something so that he can roll? We saw some of the passes that went to Elijah Moore. If that was Denzel Mims out there, I think Denzel Mims makes those plays. I truly believe that. And we're going to talk about Elijah Moore and his drops as well. I know some Jets fans are ready to turn on a lot of these players. I'm not. I'm not ready to turn on him. I'm not going to say he's trash. I'm not saying none of that stuff. I'm just saying that's what we saw out there. Those two drops, especially that deep drop, if he makes that play, I'm telling you, it changes that drive. So, again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I want to salute to all the savages in the chat. I call my chat savages. Why? Because they are savage. Straight savage. They're savages. Listen, they get after it, and nobody is safe, not even me. If you like to give to the platform, please do the super chats right there. Also, the Cash App is down below. If you don't want to hit the super chat, you just want to hit the Cash App. Whatever you give to this platform is greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you haven't, and also give the streams a thumbs up if you can. Please do. Hit that like button. It's greatly appreciated. So now we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Call in. We are taking all callers. Also, salutes to my guy, BK Trainer, with the big donation. Again, salutes to my guy, BK Trainer, with the big donation. Salutes to BK, man. Always, doing what he can to support the platform. I truly appreciate it, my friend. So we're going to keep getting to these lines and talk these Jets. Next, I'm going to my guy, 423. 423. You're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts about this New York Jets loss, man.
My name is Joey, man. I'm from Tennessee. I commented earlier on your live feed. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I know what you're talking about with the drops. I seen CD Lamb do it the other night.
Oh, Joe, first off, salute to you, Joey. I want to thank you for calling in. It's always good to hear from people. We talk to all football fans across the board, but you were watching the game with us. You were in the chat chilling. When you looked at this Jets offense, what were your thoughts about it, man? How did you feel about the lack of protection for Zach Wilson?
I mean, they couldn't keep him out of trouble the whole game. I pretty much watched the game from what I've seen from you because I don't get it here. But, I mean, they couldn't keep him up. Zach Wilson was getting tore up the whole game. If he wasn't getting all the way to him, I mean, they were right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
tough.
Zach Wilson's going to be a monster, though. I mean, I really do. I think he's got a lot of promise.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And I think we saw a lot of moxie out of Zach as well. We saw him take a lot of shots. Of course, there was times in this game where he looked frustrated, which is completely understandable, right? You're getting hit constantly. You're trying to figure things out. You can't get the ball out because you're taking shots. I remember he took that shot late in the game on the drive when he actually hit Corey Davis for a touchdown. Earlier in that drive, he had took a shot where his head bounced off the ground, where it looked like he had a concussion, or might, have gotten a concussion, but was able to get up, slowly, but he shook it off, and he went right back out there and got another completion. So, like you said as well, Zach, I thought, looked solid today. He was able to rebound from a first half that had some issues. He did throw that interception, but again, there was so much pressure, so many guys in his face. There was a lot of issues. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this defense as well, man, because our defense had some issues. What were your thoughts about how we handled the Carolina Panthers not being able to get pressure on Sam Darnold, man? Our pass rushers couldn't get there. Were you shocked about that?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect the Panthers line to really keep y'all back like they did. But, I mean, you still got – I mean, you held them to 19 points, so it's not awful. But
yeah.
It's still the Panthers, so, I mean – but, I mean, it looks better than last year already. It already looks better than last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. So my final question before I let you go, Joey, because you've been giving us some takes, man. Your Cowboys, bro. Give me your thoughts on what you saw out of them, because they started off kind of popping,
I mean, they did, but, the GOAT, he got it. But, I mean, I feel like it was OPI at the end of the game. That's just me. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm going to feel that way. It was one of those that could have gone either way. But
yeah.
I'm going to say it was OPI regardless because I'm a Cowboys fan. But Dak looked good. I didn't expect him to look as good as he did. No preseason, no anything. So, I mean, I feel like CD caught fire at the end of the game. Been nice if he could have done that at the beginning of the game. It might have turned out a little different. But.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the Cowboys look like, they're unaware they're doing their thing. The Jets are just trying to find their way right now. Again, today was a tough loss, but there's some positive things to take out of it, and that's what we're trying to do. Listen, Joey, I want to thank you for calling in, man. All right? Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. You have yourself a good day, all right?
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I think that Zach Wilson to what's his name, the receiver, Corey Davis. Hey, that's going to be something serious for real.
Absolutely. It absolutely is. You have a good one, Joey. Listen, we got fans from all walks calling in, all right? All walks. Again, listen, we're talking, man. We're talking Jets. We got fans, football fans from all walks. They want to call in and talk a little bit about the Jets, but we respect all football teams here. That's what we do. But, it's a tough loss by the New York Jets. There were some issues there, things they got to clean up going forward. But there's some positive things to take from this. Another positive thing to take from it as well, and we're gonna talk about this with some people coming up. Listen, Amendola, man got hurt earlier in this game, looks like a knee injury. He's hauled to the sideline. Amendola stepped in and was not just a kicker, but was also the punter and hit a bomb in this game. It was like a 60-something yard punt he was able to push. Amendola definitely did a very solid job in this game. He was one of the players of the game. Things happened. He stepped into the role and was able to handle business. So we're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. You can call in, all right? We are taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy. Listen, I got nothing but respect for this guy. I don't know why he wants to call in and fight with me all the time. I like Sean. I think he's cool. You know what I'm saying? But every time he wants to call in, we got to argue. Every time. So, Sean, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to thank you for calling in. I want to start immediately with the Jets offense with you. What is your assessment of Zach Wilson? How did you feel about his performance?
Man, first off, I want to say what's going on, man. Thank you for taking my call, man. I just wanted to say, man, that Zach Wilson played phenomenal, man. If you take that interception away, you can't even say much. They basically have the same. They did the same amount of, you know what I'm saying? He balled out for a team with no line, bro. Our line is atrocious again. You know what I'm saying? If you give that boy some time, We could have won that game. I'm bitter right now, man. Like, I just want to run it back because it's just like, yo, we could have won that game. If you take away that Elijah Moore drop in the beginning of the game, that boy would have had more than Sam Darnold, man. He balled out. I just think that it's leaving a bitter taste in my mouth, man, because we're already throwing negativity to all these players. But these players, it was their first game. You could tell they were nervous. They didn't have a lot of tape on them. They didn't know what they were really throwing at. I think once you get settled in, they figure out what's going on. You know, we got a home opener, you know, against the Patriots. You know, I think we got a chance, man. I'm not gonna sit here and have to throw negativity on the kid. The kid balled out and he took hits. So he basically gave everybody. Can he take hits? Can he throw out the pocket? He threw out the pocket. Can he stay in there? He wasn't running around like Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Darnold almost lost that game. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. I give it to him, man. The Jets, you know, I'm going to love them, man. I don't care. I think they played good for all amount of rookies that we had. You know, even with Carter, with that nice little, you know, that play in the beginning of the first half. Like, you know, they did all right. You know, it's a tough loss. You know, we didn't. At least they gave us an offense. You know, at least you can't say that at the end of the game you weren't sitting there like, damn, can we come back? Did you think that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely thought we were in a game, and I definitely looked at it like, hey, we got a chance to come back and really, you know, settle this thing. I really thought that we were going to come back. But there were some issues in this game as well. You talked about Zach Wilson. I thought he played fairly well, right, especially with the issues that we had up front. And that's where I want to go with you next, because I looked at the situation and I said, okay, we had questions about Zach Wilson, right, because he was a rookie quarterback. We were all saying, hey, look, he's looked good so far, right, Tom? He's looked good so far, but hey, we got to figure out what he's going to do in the regular season. The one thing we were all raving about was the offensive line. We said, hey, this offensive line, you know, we got guys up front. Vera Tucker's in the building. You know, our right side, there's some question about Van Roten. But, dude, we come into this game, and that right side is about as soft as it gets. People were running all over the place. And that's what I want to ask you next, especially, again, with Mekhi Becton going down. What were your thoughts about the performance of this offensive line in this game? And what are your thoughts about the impact of Becton possibly missing time with the knee injury, depending on severity?
I honestly think that, you know, like, we got to just build chemistry. I was a little frustrated because they had Fant in there when they should have had Moses in there. And I feel like, you know, even with that when Becton got out the game, they got some yards. So I was like a little thrown off a little bit, like that run game was actually working. So I don't know, like it's just so weird to me that like that line, because we were raving about it. I don't understand. He wasn't getting hit at all in preseason, and out of nowhere they couldn't pick up blitzes. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. They couldn't get the run game was working. We would have won that game. And to be honest, if you really think about it, Zach Wilson covered up for that offense. If Zach Wilson didn't ball out, we would have been talking about how the Jets suck again. That kid was throwing the ball, working with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold, you know, he's all right, but the numbers are still close. Like, it ain't that much. If Zach Wilson didn't have that pick, it would have been an even match. So at the end of the day, for a rookie to throw like that, and I think he answered all the questions. He took those hits. He got right back up. He showed extra intensity to just try to drive the ball, you know, and the connection between Corey Davis and him, it works. But, you know, to answer your question about, you know, the O-line just needs some work, man. I just think that maybe we should put Moses in there. And I think with Becton being out, I think apparently he has like a knee injury. I think that Fant will go in there. But, you know, we'll see. You know, just give it some time. It's only one game, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurt, man. I want that game back, man. Because, you know, I want that game back. If we would have made
I'm right there with you. You know, we had it. We had a chance. And it just, again, the NFL is about, you know, you got to come out ready to go from the second the whistle blows, or you end up how we did. You know, we've seen that in the past as well. Remember back in the day with Mark Sanchez? He would throw an interception early, things wouldn't be going well, and then all of a sudden we would be able to kind of climb back in, but time would run out. We can't play like that. We got to play, you know, we got to come out, we got to start fast, especially when, again, we're still trying to find our way and we got so many young guys. But like you said as well, and it's something that people are constantly talking about, why is Fant out there before Moses? Like, what is going on here? What is the point of bringing in Moses? What you sign him for?
I'm starting to think there's favoritism. I'm thinking that the team has too much favoritism towards their players, because look at Denzel Mims. How the hell do you play Denzel Mims in the fourth quarter and he gets 40 yards? He was more helpful than Elijah Moore. I don't understand what we're doing. And then when they answer the questions, you're asking them the question, why isn't Denzel Mims playing? Yo, I just don't understand. What are we doing? He's a second-round pick. He's just because he can't run the routes. We want all these little gadget players. You know, utilize him like you utilize Corey Davis. Come on, man. Like, the dude got – I'm frustrated because it's like, why are we figuring out all these things at the end of the game? Why couldn't we make adjustments in the beginning of the game? Why did you say, oh, Moses is going to play and we're going to figure out between Moses and Fant? Why couldn't you take Fant out the game? Or a couple snaps, put Moses in, see how it turns out? Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand what we're doing. Like, it's just too much favoritism here, and I don't really understand it. And even the coach, he doesn't have answers. It's just too much favoritism going on right now. And then, like, you know, Cole is hurt. You know, Joyner is hurt. You know, you have so many players that are hurt, and we still almost beat the Panthers. It's just like, oh, man. Yeah.
Look, I hear you.
I'm just thinking it's too much. I just think it's too much favoritism, man. It's too much favoritism. And Becton, man, I'm a little upset at Becton because the dude can't stay healthy, man. It's always something with this guy, and we're always talking him so high, but he hasn't proved nothing.
Yeah.
You know, he can't stay consistent.
Yeah, look, I mean, he got rolled up today. He got rolled up on the back of his leg, so I don't blame him for that today. But I know there are a lot of Jets fans that immediately brought up the past, and you've got a point there where there's been injuries in the past. And there's been a lot of people that have been like, bro, you can't stay on the field. But this is a tough one. I'm hoping that he doesn't miss a lot of time. He cried with the towel. It was just you know, I'm hoping that it's not as bad as some people believe. So my final question before I let you go. We talked about the offense and the struggles there, Sean. What were your thoughts about the struggles defensively? The fact that we couldn't get any pressure. Listen, where was Quentin Williams? Where was Bryce Huff? John Franklin Myers had something, but where was the consistent pressure? Where was Shaq Lawson consistently throughout this game? What were your thoughts about the lack of pass rush and the fact that Sam Darnold had 30 years to throw the ball?
Exactly. And I think it's a lack of conditioning. It's a lack of telling these kids, like, you know, Quentin Williams, you know, he's a dominant player, you know, but like the last caller said, he's not a game changer right now. And it's like, you know, he missed some time in off-season. You could see that all that time that they missed, we're not there yet. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't not miss time. I don't care how good these players did last year. They got to realize that they can't be missing time because every year is a new year. It showed. You know, Quentin Williams' lack of conditioning. Where was he? You know, I didn't even hear his name once. Why is JFM getting a sack before Quentin is? And even Rankins came into the picture with a fumble. You know what I'm saying? Where is Quentin? What are we doing? What are we doing? But at least the defense did help. They held up. They held up their own, and also with the whole thing with the cornerbacks. I think that for rookies, they did a great job holding up, you know, against these wide receivers. And people don't realize Redwine just came onto the team. If Joyner Lucas was there, I don't know if we would have gave Robbie Anderson that touchdown. All that stuff started happening when Joyner got out the game. We have too many injuries. I don't know. I think we're right there. I think this team is right there, man. Like, I can't sit here and tell you, like, last year was a disappointment, but this year it just comes down to, damn, if we would have had that catch, damn, if we would have had that interception, oh, well, maybe if we would have stopped Christian McCaffrey when he ran to the outside. There's just so little things. Maybe it would have been a game changer right there. That's how I feel. But my quick question before, you know, you let me go, do you think Kevin Coleman is slow out the backfield?
It was tough because our running game was kind of stuffed most of the game. I mean, we made some plays here and there. He seems like he's got a little something, right? But, again, the whole back by committee thing, I think is going to be, again, it's going to be the way that we go. But I would prefer to see Kevin Coleman, or I would prefer to see Ty Johnson and Carter out there more than him. I will tell you that. Because when they gave Ty Johnson the ball in this game, he made some plays. There were some runs that he had, a first down run that he had that I thought was solid. I understand that Kevin Coleman understands the offense and he's a veteran guy and all this stuff, but I don't want to see him get out. I don't want to see him out snap Ty Johnson and Carter. That's what I don't want to see. So,
now,
and I know he had more carries this game, but that I don't want to see that going forward.
Now, also, real quick, how do you feel about all that motioning? I feel like as soon as they stopped calming that down in the second half, they started, spreading the ball more. I feel like it was too much motioning going on in the game, and it made the offense confused too. They looked mad confused and sluggish when they were coming out with all this motion.
Yeah. Well, and I'll answer this, and I'll let you go after this one. But, yeah, look, the motioning, I'll tell you what, it was at first it was very welcome because we saw a very stagnant offense last year with Adam Gase, right, where you could just tell exactly what he was going to run when he came out. I mean, plays were sniffed out easily. But, yes, I think some of those flags, some of the illegal motions we had, some of the holding, you could tell that things were off. I think once he kind of slowed that down, and a lot of that was, I think, to try to confuse the Panthers defense because they were just bringing so much pressure and it was so hot. It was like, okay, let's try to settle this game down a bit, try to confuse them with some pre-snap motions. Hopefully they lose an assignment or they don't keep a track with the guy or a guy's able to move into a spot where his matchup, he's going to be able to win it. But I think once they started to, like you said, kind of slow it down a little bit and just become more aggressive, I think that's when our offense got going. And I also believe even though our offensive line wasn't playing like lights out, they were a bit better than they were in the first half. A slight bit. I'm talking about the slightest of bits better than they were in the first half. Because the first half, it was like a full-blown jailbreak. Burns was in there every single down damn near and rushing and doing his thing. So they were able to block a little bit better, but there was still pressure on Zach, and the running game never really got going. So the play calling is a question mark, and we'll talk about that through the rest of the show. But, yeah, the motions, they cause a bit of an issue. So I got to get back to these lines, though, Sean. Listen,
all I can say is
go ahead, get the last word.
All I could say is JETS, and we got a promising quarterback. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. The lines are hot. We're getting to everybody. Please be patient, okay? We're going to listen to everybody. So next, I'm going to 678. 678 is the area code. I'm coming directly to you. Brandon and 919 will come to you in a second, all right? Brandon and 919 will come to you in a second. 678, we're coming directly to you. Salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in. You look like a new caller. Give me your name, where you're from, and give me your thoughts on this Jets game against the Carolina Panthers. What were your thoughts about the Jets offense?
Yeah, it can't be my fault. I put my turn signal on and hit the brakes.
678? All right, he must be something's going on with his line. We'll continue with the lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. When you call in, hey, please be aware, we're coming directly to you. Clean up your background. We're getting it going. You know what I'm saying? We are talking Jets, okay? We are talking Jets, and we're talking about everything that we got going, what happened here with the Carolina Panthers. So, Brandon, I'm coming directly to you. Salutes to my guy, Brandon. Brandon, give me your thoughts about this Jets game, man. How did you feel about the New York Jets losing to the Carolina Panthers? What were your thoughts about the offense, man? What were your thoughts, man?
What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, bro?
I am a troll under the bridge, Joe. I am a Sam Darnold fan, and I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I said, all you got to do is give this boy a little bit of protection and just a couple weapons, and look what he did. And everyone says this was a close game, and true indeed. At the end of the game, it was close. But Sam missed a touchdown, and they had another fumble in the red zone. This game could have got out of hand before the end of the first half. No one wants to talk about that. This game could have been out of hand. Everyone says, it's a 5-point game or however much it was. No, this game could have been 24 zippy. 24. Let's not forget that, people. And
well,
listen, we didn't get pressure on Sam. We got pressure on Sam, but he did what Sam he maneuver in the pocket, smartest, all of that. But I think I think the young boy Zach Wilson, I think he looked okay.
Okay. So
we got to fix this offensive line.
We do. Listen, again, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in. Look, I already knew, and we talked about this in the offseason, that if we lost, especially if Sam looked solid, that we were definitely going to hear it, okay? Look, I understand this. And, again, I'm a big Sam guy too. You know, I love Sam. I'm a big USC guy. But Zach Wilson is our quarterback. And I look at the situation like this. The first half, you alluded to just a second ago, our offensive line was horrific, dude. There was no ability for him to really go out there and make plays because he couldn't even get into his drop good before a guy was in his face, right? And there was things going haywire.
Correct.
But when he was able to scramble away, get out of there, dude, the arm strength, the decisiveness, all that stuff was there. Once things kind of got a bit cleaned up, especially in the second half, right? Once they came out in the second half, we saw him really get going. When you look at it, he was 20 of 37, 258 yards throwing the football, and he had 2 TDs. I thought that Zach Wilson looked really good, especially under the duress that he had. I thought he looked really good.
I agree with everything you just said.
And so,
I agree with everything you just said, Joe.
But hold on a second, Brandon. But for me, to see him go through all the nonsense that we saw in the first half, the flags, the bad offensive line, the issues with those things up front, right? All the things that we saw going on there, to see him go with that and to be able to come back in the second half when things were cleaned up and be able to put it together type of performance, that makes me feel like there's going to be a bright future ahead with him. It does.
I agree with that.
Right?
I almost forgot about all the flags.
He took a lot of big shots too, Brandon. He took a lot of big shots. Even on that drive that he had that scored a touchdown, he took a shot. His head bounced off the wall. Head bounced off the ground.
When they had to peel him off the carpet.
Bro. And got right back up and what? Threw another completion.
Yes.
So to me, that's a bright future. I understand. Look, I was a Sam Darnold guy. I'm right there with you, Brandon. I was screaming, trade down. But that didn't happen. 100%. He's here now, right? Yes, Sam Darnold looked good. CMC was all over the place. We couldn't stop him. We couldn't stop him.
Joe, where?
Okay. We couldn't
Here we
stop
go.
him. We couldn't
Joe,
stop him.
Where was
Brandon.
Denzel Mims? Where was Denzel Mims, Joe? Where was he?
Hold on. Brandon, it was a problem. I don't know.
Why wasn't he in the game?
I don't know, Brandon. I don't know. Talk to me.
Did he disrespect somebody during the summer? Like, is he in the doghouse? What did he do?
Brandon, we didn't see him until the fourth quarter, bro. We didn't see him until the fourth quarter, and we came in without Jamison Crowder, and we don't see him until the fourth quarter. What is that about?
I was watching the game, and I was looking for number 11. I said, okay, I see Elijah Moore, of course, and I see Braxton Berrios. I had the nerve to see Jeff Smith, or was it Josh Malone? One of those two bums, and not making
it was
cuts.
Smith. It was Jeff Smith.
Was it Jeff Smith? I seen Jeff Smith,
yes,
and I said, where is number 11 at? Where is he?
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he did something to somebody. Maybe he cursed somebody out in the locker room, and they say, you know what, we're not going to play. I don't know.
Oh man, it's big time issue. I don't know this questioning about usage, particularly with Denzel Mims. It's going to be intriguing to hear the answers because Brandon, you know as well. You be calling into the show, right? You listen to the show.
100%.
What did we talk about all off season? We talked about Denzel Mims being a breakout wide receiver here, right? Corey Davis is here. We got Keelan Cole. We got Jamison Crowder. Oh, don't forget Elijah Moore. Guess who's going to benefit from all those things in coverage? It's going to be Denzel Mims. He's going to be wide open. Dude, the fan base literally 2-3 weeks ago was just raving about him, being a guy that was going to have over 1,000 yards. I heard that.
And now he is fifth string.
He's missing. He's on a milk carton. You don't see him until the fourth quarter. Get one catch for 40 yards.
In cleanup time.
I don't understand what is our offensive coordinator doing? If you're telling me that Denzel Mims does not fit your scheme, listen, great offensive minds find ways for offensive talents to fit their scheme. That's how it works in this league. Okay?
Now, I will say
I just named a bunch of guys. Andy Reid, Sean Payton, the Ravens offensive coordinator.
You get your best players the ball.
You get your best players the ball. I don't care if he can only run vertical routes. You give him to Sean Payton, Payton going to have him down the field. Look at the Patriots. How long have the Patriots
Everybody was complaining that
it's insane. Go ahead.
Everybody was complaining on Twitter, and when you get into Twitter, it's just a rabbit hole. Everybody was complaining, oh, look at Sam. He's only throwing it to Christian McCaffrey. He's throwing it to Christian McCaffrey. Who? Yes, that's his best player. You get your yes, 100%. If the man would have had 30 touches, I would have said that's what they were supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get your best player the ball. Not saying Denzel Mims is our best player, but not until the fourth quarter. In cleanup time?
It's insanity.
And then he gets them into the red zone. Now they want to try to score. But I want to say defensively, though, I was impressed. After they cleaned up everything, we started making stops. I have to admit that we started making stops. The corners didn't seem as bad as I thought they would. I mean, of course, they got beat by Robbie, and that was some scrub safety that should be washing dishes in IHOP soon. But so DJ Moore, he had a couple of catches. He had a couple of nice catches. But the corners held up. I think, in my opinion, the corners held up. Linebackers held up.
Brandon,
no.
Because Joe, listen.
Oh my God!
I went downstairs and I wasn't looking at the game for a quick second, and I seen Connor Rogers saying, "Yeah, Robbie Anderson beat Redwine." I said, "Who the hell is that?" I said, "Redwine." I thought it was a typo or something. I said, "Who's Redwine?" And then I see the replay. I said, Lord Jesus, the man ran right by me. And then the ball was underthrown. That's the worst part. Then the ball was underthrown.
Yeah. Now, Brandon, you talked about the defense, and you said you were happy about, some of the output that they had in the second half. Here's my issues, though. Right? We talked about Carolina's offensive line, particularly the interior being a big question mark, right?
Oh, they were way more more impressive than I thought they would be. Oh yeah, they
but
everyone thought it was going to run all over them.
Yeah, but why were they impressive when guys like Quentin Williams, John Franklin Myers, Huff, where was the consistent pass rush? That was my issue. If they're beat up front, and this is the offensive line we're supposed to be able to take advantage of, and we can't take advantage of them. I mean, doesn't that create a question mark? Where was that pressure that we talked about all offseason, Brandon? What were your thoughts about? I mean, Quentin Williams, what did he do out there? No sacks.
He may have had he may have
30
one tackle.
Yeah, I think he had
I agree.
Maybe 3 tackles max.
I agree. Most of the things that we've seen in training camp, when they say, the defensive line is looking so amazing, but we forget that they were going against our bad offensive line, so of course they look amazing. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. The only thing I seen was John Franklin. I don't know. Maybe it's because Quentin, he missed the whole training camp, so he's just working himself back in. What's the guy that we got from Rankins? He did pretty good. Like they just couldn't. Yeah. They couldn't seal the deal when they got close. They just couldn't. They couldn't seal the deal. But they definitely have to clean up on their tackling for sure.
Yeah.
But the lack of sacks. There was pressures, not a lot, but there was pressures. But the lack of sacks and the lack of even just getting Sam off the mark was a little concerning. More than a little.
Yeah, it absolutely was. And so my final question before I let you go, man, because you have had quite a call, Brandon. What were your thoughts about the performance of Amendola? Him being able to step in and become our punter.
Oh, that's my punter.
After man went down, how are you feeling about him filling in at the role as kicker and punter, man?
He looked good. A couple of directional punts. We had him, he tried to do a little tossing corner. I was impressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was impressed. I can't lie. I was impressed by that. I said, okay, we got it. So we got somebody that can play ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he was impressive. There's some things, like you said as well, the New York Jets got to clean up. Go ahead.
I think we got a bright future. We just got to clean up this offensive line, man. Clearly, we're going to have to address offensive line in the draft early and often the next couple of years because we're going to need a center. We're going to need another right guard. We're going to need a right guard, possible right tackle.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everyone has to be a Pro Bowler on the line, but if we want Zach to succeed, we have to do the exact opposite that they did for Sam. If you watch the game, you've seen the parallels of what Sam went through and what Zach was going through today. You've seen the exact parallel. No protection, happy feet, running around, mistakes. It starts at the offensive line. Now, Joe has been trying to do good. He got us Mekhi. They're saying Mekhi has like a MCL sprain, so luckily it's not an ACL tear right now. So that's what they're reporting. You got ABT. He got us ABT in the first round, so he's trying to do something. But it's clear that we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go offensive line early the next few drafts. Nothing later than the second probably.
And that's the crazy thing because again, you look at the situation and. I was shocked that Morgan Moses wasn't out there before Fant was. What did you?
I was surprised he didn't beat him. I'm surprised he didn't beat Fant. That really surprised me.
What in the world is? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I truly don't understand it. So.
Yeah. So I think going forward is going to be corner and offensive line. The next couple, the corner and offensive line this draft coming up. And we're gonna keep moving, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. Mm-hmm. I've gotten over the Sam thing now. I've gotten it out. I'm released. I wish him nothing but the best. Now I'm riding with us the rest of the way. I was riding for us to win, but I wanted my boy to do good. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
I wanted my boy to do good.
Yeah.
So now that I've seen it, I'm over it. I am delivered. I am delivered.
All right. Listen, salute, Brandon. I want to thank you for calling. This was a great call from you, man. This was a great call.
Salute to you, bro.
Salute. I want to thank you for
salute to all the savages, man.
That's what I'm talking about. You have yourself a good night.
I'm King Savage. I'm King Troll Under the Bridge. I love y'all, man. Have a good night.
All right, you have a good one. Listen, Brandon calling in with the fire, man. And again, according to reports that just came out, again, this is live directly after the game. We just start, throwing it around. Based on the initial test, Mekhi Becton appears to have suffered an MCL sprain. Now, he's going to go in for an MRI. He's going to have another diagnosis. But if it's just an MCL sprain, that is, much better than what it could have been. So we'll see how severe that MCL sprain is, depending on, he may miss a couple weeks, and then we could possibly have him back. That's big because it could have been much worse than that. So here we are, looking like as of now, the initial reports are that it's a sprained MCL. He's going to go in for an MRI and get a more in-depth diagnosis. More than likely, he's going to miss a couple weeks if it turns out to only be a sprained MCL. So I'm happy about that because it could have been much worse. Whew. Listen, this has been a fire show, man. A fire show. This was directly after the game. A lot of Jets fans and football fans alike calling in and really, spitting their takes, spitting their fire. I always love hearing from different fans and especially Jets fans about what's going on with the New York Jets. So it's always a blast to talk Jets with everyone. Salute to everybody that watched. For me to kind of close the show up, my thoughts on the game was this. Offensive line, lack of protection. Through all of that, I saw some really good things out of Zach Wilson. I saw guts. I saw moxie. I saw a guy that wanted to win. Even when things were at peak, and you could see it in his face where this kid was just like, man, I really want to go out there and do this, but he couldn't do it because the offensive line failed to protect. But then when it gave him time, bro, he looked good. He looked really good, even in, situations that weren't the best. getting away from a rusher, throwing off his back foot. He escaped pressure quite a bit as well in this game. He looked good out there. So I with all the things that go on, I think we have a bright future with this kid. I truly, truly do. I saw some really good things out there, the moxie, the attitude. Our wide receiving core, I think, Corey Davis is a guy that connection with Wilson and Corey Davis, it's going to be big going forward. Elijah Moore, I know people are all over him. I haven't even looked at social media. Not yet. This Jets fan base, I'm sure, is completely trying to just roast him. The drops today, he's got to clean those things up. He's got to clean those things up going forward. But, he also made a catch, and he looked good, decent at times. Denzel Mims, the question mark surrounding his usage is unbelievable. I don't know what is going on, why he's not being utilized correctly within the play calling. I don't understand it. We've got to clean that up. We've got to. Got to clean that up. But I thought, the wide receiving core went out and did things. And, again, we're missing Jamison Crowder. So next game, hopefully he's going to be back. This offensive line's got to clean up as well. The protection issues, big-time issues. We cannot have those going forward because, again, we play a lot of other teams as well this season that have pass rushers that can get after it, that are absolutely going to be coming down, ears pinned back, screaming, can't wait to get to Zach Wilson. We've got to clean our protection issues up front. We'll see what happens going forward with Mekhi Becton. But listen, that right tackle situation, Morgan Moses not being out there to start, that's a big question mark. Greg Van Roten, who's always been a big question mark, continues to be a big question mark. Defensively, we got to get guys to get after it, man. This team's pass rush was not good enough, not official, not thorough today. Got to get better. And if we can't get to a guy, then we got to start sending more blitzes. We got to turn the heat up from the jump. We got to come out fast. We got to start much faster in these next games than we started in this game. And again, this is just 1 week. That's why I'm not, I'm not screaming. I'm not going crazy. This is just week 1. We got a lot of things we need to clean up. But we've got to get on board. We got to get these things going. Our running game also must improve. That was one of the things that you really hang your hat on going into the season. We talked about it. We said, hey, this running game is going to be something that we're going to be able to utilize to really, throw people through a loop. And it was just not effective today. We got to get better. Cornerbacks got to get better too. Robbie just with an easy one, just gone. He was cooking guys. We had injuries. Joyner was injured. I think he had an elbow injury. Sherwood went down. We had some injuries, so we're going to see how that's going to pan out going forward. But we've got to clean that stuff up in coverage, man. We've got to. And we also got to see who's going to be the punter going forward, too. That's going to be a big question mark as well. So, all in all, the Jets take a tough loss, 14-19, and New York Jets lose to the Carolina Panthers, man. And I know that all I'm just urging Jets fans to do is don't rip these young players and just start going off and calling people busts, I don't want us to do that, But, this was a tough loss and a tough game today. So we'll continue to see how the Jets go on throughout the rest of the season. It's going to be a long season. This is just week 1. And, hopefully we'll clean things up and you'll see this young New York Jets team be able to turn the corner and really start to, put things together. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the show. Again, salutes to everybody that watched, salutes to everybody that continued to roll over into the radio show after the live game reaction. It was so fun, so fun. So listen, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. Also send me a comment. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also on Twitter as well at YoungJ000. Again, that's YoungJ00030. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. This offensive line has got to get better, okay? It's got to get better. I know it's not the left side, but the other side has got to get better, all right? So if you want to, troll me, go ahead and troll me. Follow me. I'll follow you right back, and we'll go back and forth. I'm also live on YouTube as well. Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets is the channel on YouTube. You know, we live stream, live game reactions. We do a live radio show as well on there. All right? Also post other content, too. We also game as well. NBA 2K, Madden, Street Fighter 5, all that stuff. When the schedule clears up, we'll definitely continue to play that, and we have a lot of fun. So please, when you go to Long Beach Joe Jets, subscribe to that channel, turn on your notifications, and hit that like button. Give that thumbs up a hit, man. You know? And if you want to troll me, no issues. I'll troll you in the comments, and we can go back and forth on there as well. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? Free hugs for everyone. The hugs are absolutely free. They will cost you absolutely nothing. No matter what anyone tells you, the hugs will always remain free, all right? You folks have a good one. Peace.